What is going on? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today I want to talk about SoFi. There's been a lot of things happening to SoFi recently, so I want to give you a good breakdown of everything you need to know, go over some updated data points, and at the end tie it all together with some technical analysis. Especially with their earnings just being announced, there is going to be a lot of optimism and, in my opinion, hopefully a rally leading up to that. So I'm going to break down everything that you need to know. But before I get into any of that, all I ask, smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. You guys know the deal by now. Also pop over to my Discord, link in the description below. A lot of good people, a lot of good chat, and with that said, let's get right to it. So looking at the intraday chart, we started off very much negative. We are starting to break out a little bit more, and that is very much exactly what investors are thinking about SoFi. They don't know where to go, and there's been a lot of articles both ways. So you can see theoretically there is articles that are coming out saying buy the dip, that SoFi is at a substantial discount. You even get Jim Cramer, although Jim Cramer is kind of mixed, but he does say, I can't tell you to sell it, but I can tell you maybe I'm not the answer on this stock because holy cow, it hasn't stopped going down in price and I thought it would have. So again, goes to show that nobody knows where SoFi is going. We all know, especially a lot of people are talking about it, that SoFi has a significant amount of value. And when it comes down to their upcoming earnings, a lot of people are going to be paying attention to this, especially considering this is going to be their first earnings that incorporates being a chartered bank. So this is very big news in my opinion. But also there is negative articles that are coming out. I posted this on Twitter. I found this very comical in my opinion, but why SoFi just plunged yet again. Ultimately, you can read through this, but it does go to show and summarizes I highlighted at the bottom. Instead of taking a risk on SoFi, fintech investors should consider traditional banks and credit services firms instead. They are all trading at discounts. So I found that absolutely comical, but again, goes to show how there's a divide on SoFi, and there's a lot of manipulation that's been happening on SoFi that has been taking advantage of the ambiguous kind of circumstances on SoFi, especially with student loans getting extended to August. That also will be addressed most likely in their future guidance when it comes down to the earnings. But like I said, a lot of different things have been happening, and in addition to that, I still want to bring up some additional information. There, like I said, there is a lot of different things all affecting SoFi. Today we did receive a downgrade. So looking right here, it does show fairly negative. Overall, not really the best rating. And then so I just want to pop over to some ratings, give you a good example of what other analysts are doing. So on the 8th, there was Citi that did reiterate a buying opportunity target price of $17. Bank of America did also do $12, and that was neutral. So there is, like I said, a lot of mixed kind of culture when it comes down to that. And as well, in case you guys are aware, I'm a very big fan of social sentiment. So I like to see what individuals are thinking about SoFi, and both are positive. So the sentiment score, so that means the big influential people are talking about SoFi, and also the volume score is up. So I really do like that, and it is both outperforming the industry. And then overall, looking on the general sentiment is very much positive. And if you are looking for additional charts such as this, click on the link in the comments below for Interactive Brokers. Just pop over and play around. It is a fairly good platform, especially if you are in Canada and you don't have access to SoFi. Hint, hint, SoFi, come to Canada. But still, on a side note, still a lot of good things coming to SoFi, and this is why I'm very excited for their upcoming earnings. Make sure you guys are subscribing because I am going to be live streaming this and giving you my opinions on what is being said. But as well, just the live ticker to my left, you can see it is up almost 1% today. 17 million as far as overall volume, 47.6 for average volume. That is a 6-month average as well, and 2.1 million shares being purchased by institutions just today alone. So today is a very big day, and when it comes down to it, basically mid-April to the beginning of May, that is when there's going to be a lot of big 13Fs coming down the pipeline. A lot of big names showing their holdings, whether they bought, sold SoFi, things like that. You can see a lot of the smaller branches right here did sell out 100%. Some did actually add, so 38% up, but when it comes down to it, I believe a lot of these were fairly small. So take that how you see that, but still, one thing I always like to bring up is just looking at their average share price. It is all in the high teens, and that is exactly a good representation of where we should be at. A lot of these institutions found significant value at those levels, and keep in mind exactly where we are. Like I said on live ticker, $7.51. That goes to show we are at a massive discount, and like I said, it's just been heavily manipulated on a lot of different degrees, and I just want to bring up short interest because obviously keeping in line with manipulation. 1953 is the short interest, up roughly about 15% from 1 week prior. Utilization is 100%, shows 100% of the available shares too short are currently out. day by day change, it's actually gone up 1.39%, which works out to be 4.73 million shares being additionally shorted. And once again, you are lucky enough to see manipulation in its true form. Looking at this cost to borrow minimum, negative 0.03. So ultimately, a broker out there is physically paying people to short SoFi. Mind-boggling in my opinion, and I don't know how this hasn't been brought up in a bigger format, but still, manipulation in its finest. Cost to borrow average though is 2.9. So overall, it is what it is, and I just want to go over some options activity. So options activity today, nice change of events. $106,000 worth of options being done today, with 100% of them being positive. Yesterday as well, a very big day for SoFi, $938,000 worth of options being done, with 100% of them being positive. So SoFi is starting to have a lot of good signals that is all indicating to great buying opportunities, especially considering, like I said, there has been a lot of good analysts providing good ratings on SoFi despite today's. So with that, I just want to cap it off with some technical analysis. So right now, the 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So overall, pretty good representation, everything you need to know. We are extremely oversold. Looking at stochastic, we are actually at 7. That is so low, but right now there is no defined trend. Momentum, number of buyers, is kind of maintaining itself a little bit. RSI is fairly neutral at 34. Still looking on the actual chart though, very lower percentile of the Bollinger Band. So this is why I do strongly feel we are overdue for a massive correction. We are overdue for us to get to easily $9, $10 plus. And I've always said, especially based on the previous news and all the acquisitions that they've done, we should easily be at $15 to $17, give or take, which kind of coincides with a lot of these average share prices from the big institutions and hedge funds. So again, take that how you see that. But overall, I see a lot of good coming from SoFi, especially 2022 is going to be SoFi's year. So definitely don't let these prices slip out of your hands. Keep in mind though, I am not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. With that said though, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to smash your thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. Also, don't forget to pop over to my Discord, link in the description below. It's a free chat, a lot of good people, and with that said, let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.